program. So let's begin our program formally, even though we are quite late for our scheduled time. We have been with some technical issues and we were waiting for the dignitaries, because of which we became quite late. But also formally we are going to start our session, and before that I would like to request all the students, teachers to be managed in your seats which are comfortable for you, and the captains are strictly reminded not to be with each other. It's not your gathering. You are assigned with your duty for the particular work to be completed. So please try to find out yourself separated from each other. If I have to take the name, I'll be sending the captains also inside the classroom. Be sure. Do we have any problem with graded students now? No. Do we have any problem with grade 9 students now? No. Okay. Good morning once again to every dignitaries available here and the teachers, those who are here for facilitating the students and also the students. The first and foremost in the history of Nexus ECA, we are holding Literature Festival 2082 with various phases of it throughout the day. The Literature Festival actually means to say the festival creating the history to unleash our imagination. We are having the different qualities. We are quite creative in a different extent. Beside the extent or our capabilities and qualities can be brought into the floor by writing or by exploring the imagination that we have. So this is also the exposure platform to the students to create something different rather than their bookish knowledge and rather than their exercises from the books. We are trying to explore the students' ability to create something different, so that the different genres have been provided to the students for today's session. So according to our plan of today's session, we have the different phases in today's day. The first phase goes with the panel discussion. The moderator of the panel discussion will be our respected Ranju Thami ma'am, and the various students, around 8 students altogether from each classes of grade 8 and 9 will be assigned with some questionnaires, and they will be exploring and they will be expressing their point of view on that matter where the questions were asked. Beside it, the second part of our session will be there as the concurrent sessions where the different rooms are assigned to them, and the students will be initiated by their teachers, faculties from Social Studies Department, Nepali Department and English Department to guide you for writing story, writing essays, writing poem and then writing travelogue. So beside it, we will also bring them back to our main stage today. The presentation of the students will be there, where the selected students will be recommended by the teachers, those who are assigned with the literary writing. And beside it, we also go through another part of our session today. After presenting the students here, top 3 students from each genre will be presenting our teachers also how did they feel in this program and what did they find about the students, how they act and how they reacted. Beside it, the final words will be from one of the representatives from grade 9, Ms. Benjana Katwal, to reflect today's session. And to reflect today's session, we also have assigned the word to Ms. Kasubedi, and the closing remarks goes from our respected HR head, Kamal Katwal. So in this way, we will try to cover up the day today. And now, formally beginning the session, firstly, I would like to request our HR Director, Kamal Katwal sir, to chair today's program, to inspire us, to facilitate us, and to give the major guidelines where we lack. So it's chairing our Kamal Katwal sir with huge hand. Now, with no any delay, I have already chaired all the students, all the respected teachers. So now it's time for starting our panel discussion. So to moderate or to be the part of this panel discussion, I'd like to request respected Ranju Thami Ma'am, secondary level English department member, to be here on the stage. Now we'll be beginning with the panel discussion from grade 9. Grade 9, the students from Manaslu and the students representative from Lhotse are here, and they will be dealing with the various questions on ICT under AI. What are the uses of it, what AI actually means to say, and what are the advantages and disadvantages, that means drawbacks, among the students that we found when we go through ICT under AI. That also will be discussed today. So let me call out the name of those panelists for today's discussion. Firstly, I'd like to call upon Ms. Nimisa Khatioda on the stage. Ms. Nimisa Khatioda, please have your chair on the stage. And as well as I would like to call upon Ms. Khushi Nyopani here for another panelist. The third panelist we have is Ms. Khushi Pant. Similarly, the fourth panelist we have is Ms. Khushi Shrestha. We have three different Khushis with the different surnames. So once again, let me repeat out the name of the panelists. Representatives from grade 9, Ms. Nimisa Khatioda, Ms. Khushi Nyopani, Ms. Khushi Pant, and Ms. Khushi Shrestha. Now moving on to the other different panelists. The fifth panelist we have Master Prachin Nepal. I'd like to call upon Master Prachin Nepal here to have your chair as the panelist of today's important discussion, ICT under AI. Similarly, I would like to humbly request Master Saurabh Karti to be here. At the same time, the seventh panelist, we have Master Subang Nepal. Master Subang Nepal. Along with the eighth panelist, we have Master Aryan Joshi. Okay, thank you so much, and hopefully you will have your constructive time here. Along with that, one gentle reminder to the remaining students, you please write down the things to be noted or the important points that we can find out from each of the panelists and their expression. Later on, when we have the turn of the audience to ask the questions, we need to be ready for it. Once again, the gentle reminder to the audience present out here to be ready with some important notes given from the different speakers, and then we will be ready to questionnaire, or we'll be ready to ask the questions to the panelists at the end of this session. So thank you so much. Now the floor is yours, Ranju ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. And I would like to welcome all of you in this panel discussion session. So, as already Ulbina ma'am also has announced that the today's theme for panel discussion is AI. So under AI, as AI is the broader term, we have specified the technology. So today, the panelists are talking on the theme of AI, focusing on the technology. So how they are using, and what is their opinion, so what is their experiences on technology, and how it helps, it is helping them to learn in their study, to learn our things. So talking about AI, directly and indirectly we are influenced by AI, of course, and it is necessary also in today's context. Yeah? So, to start panel discussion, as this panel discussion goes on the basis of conversation, we need to make silence. Okay? The area should be silence, complete silence. Then only we can listen attentively. My dear students, as panel discussion goes in the conversation way, we should be a bit attentive, okay, to listen. So please maintain silence in this area. And next, we will be taking 3 questions from 3 rows. We can see here different rows for grade 7, 8 and 9. So we take 1 question from each row. So please be ready for asking the question. And also, as Urmila ma'am has informed already, that you need to take the note about their sharing. Okay? So accordingly, and you also can apply in your life. So let us begin now. We would like to start with a short introduction. So I will request to Pushi Pan to provide short introduction.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. This is me, Kusi Pant, representing grade 9 Manaslu, here as the part of today's panel discussion. So I'm excited to share my thoughts and also hear what others think about using Take the Smart Way.
Kushi Nirvani.
Good morning, everyone. This is me, Kushi Nirvani, representing grade 9 Lokse. I'm a panelist of today's panel discussion. The topic of today's panel discussion is AI, known as artificial intelligence. Good morning, everyone. Today it's me, Nimsa Khatioda, representative of grade 9 Lokse, as the panelist for today's panel discussion, here with the theme of AI, also known as artificial intelligence. I hope you all will enjoy and give all of your attention to us.
Pushi Shrestha.
Good morning, everyone. On this lovely day, I, Pushi Shrestha, am here as a panelist representing grade 9 Manaslu for today's panel discussion. I must say that I am very excited to share my thoughts regarding today's topic as well as hear what my peers have to say.
Aryan Joshi.
Hi everyone, I'm Aryan and I am really glad to be here. As transforming how we live, connect and grow. It is not the future anymore, it's the now. Thank you.
Saurabh Karki.
A warm good morning to each and every individual present out here. I am Saurabh Karki and it's my pleasure to represent grade 9 Lokse as a panelist for today's panel discussion.
Subhang Nepal.
Good morning, every individuals present here, respected teachers, moderator, and my fellow colleagues. It's me, Subhang Nepal, here, blessed to be a panelist in today's panel discussion.
Prachi Nepal.
Good morning, everyone. It's me, Prachi Nepal from grade 9. Today here as a panelist to share my thoughts and listen to other opinion. Thank you.
Thank you so much, all the panelists, for your short introduction. Now, we would like to begin with the first question. So, we will start from Prachin only. So, how do you enjoy using technology to help with your studies?
I genuinely enjoy using technology in my studies because it makes learning so much more efficient and interactive. For example, I use AI tools to help explain difficult concepts in simpler terms. Using AI is like having a tutor for 24/7. I also use different apps to stay organized and take smart notes from AI. Technology has definitely made learning more personalized and a lot more fun.
Thank you so much, Prachi. Now, same question goes to Subhan.
Personally, if it's on me, I enjoy using technology to help with my studies because it makes learning more engaging, convenient, personalized and interactive. By using educational apps like Quizlet and Brainly, by using tools to communicate like Zoom and Google Meet and many other features, we can use AI in a smart way, which makes me enjoy it a lot. Thank you.
Saurabh.
Honestly, I enjoy using technology to study as it makes study easier and more fun. Like when I'm stuck on a problem, I use AI to solve it. I also enjoy using it by using apps which are for saving time and time management and self-management, self-improvement, etc.
Aryan Joshi.
I enjoy using technology in my studies because it makes learning more personalized and efficient. For example, AI tools like ChatGPT help break down complex topics or get quick summaries when I'm stuck. Using apps for note-taking, time management, and platforms for group studies, technology actually helps us stay more engaged and perform better. Thank you.
Let me repeat the question again. How do you enjoy using technology to help with your studies? Khushi Shrestha.
Personally, I enjoy using technology whilst learning as it is able to extend a creative branch for further ideas and references which may not be clarified in the textbook, as well as a way to explore topics in depth at my own pace.
Nimisa.
Me myself, I prefer and enjoy using technology to help with my studies. As taking technology as a concept, there are many different tools and techniques. For me, by using technology and different tools such as AI-based apps, websites, helps me explore many different possible solutions, be progressive, helps me get better ideas, creativeness, etc. But at the end, it's not about the technology, but about enjoying to learn and explore.
Thank you so much, Nimisa. Same question goes to Khushi Nepani.
In my opinion, I enjoy using technology while studying because it gives us interesting answers, gives answers briefly and in simple words without any doubts. It makes the given concept clear and can answer any questions.
Khushi Pan.
Honestly, I like using technology because it just makes studying easier. I can watch videos, take quizzes, or even look things up quickly when I'm stuck. It's way more engaging than just reading sometimes.
Thank you so much all the panelists for your wonderful answer. Yes, the technology has helped us in the different aspects. So moving on to next question. Do you prefer learning with books or on screens? Why? I would like to begin from Kushipan.
I would say I mostly prefer screens because it's just faster and more interactive. But if I really want to concentrate, I'll use books too. So I can kind of switch between both and try to balance it.
Khushi Nepani.
I prefer learning on books because they help me focus better and understand deeply without distractions. However, screens are useful for quick information, videos and interactive tools, so both have their own benefits depending on what I'm learning.
Nimisa Khadioda.
Personally, I do prefer learning on screens more. With different new launches of AI-based websites, apps, it has become like a friend to me which I can rely on. Different audiobooks, image generator has made my solutions and intelligence be better. I can also search of anything even though the Blu-rays are a problem. It gives me my own comfort to be able to have access to information on any time, anybody, any day. Studying like this has also helped me learn at my own pace and my own speed.
Khushi Shrestha.
In all honesty, I prefer learning with screens because it makes accessing knowledge from various sources extremely simple, leading to a quicker completion of work. And the multiple tools found on the devices help with clearing any confusions regarding my studies.
Thank you. Now let me repeat the question again. Do you prefer learning with books or on a screen? Why? Aryan Joshi.
I think both have their own values, but personally, I prefer learning on a screen. Digital learning is faster, more interactive, and gives access to wide range of resources instantly, from videos to AI tools to online Wikipedia. That said, using books when I need to focus or want to take break from screen time. After all, it's about using the right tool for the right moment. Thank you.
Saurabh Karki.
In my opinion, I think both of them have their own strengths, but personally, I prefer screens as they are more interactive and efficient for us to use, and they also have multiple beneficial tools. Another thing is, a single screen serves the purpose of multiple books, and it is much easier to carry around.
Subhank Nepal.
I prefer learning with a blend of both books and screens because books help for focused reading, deep study and concentration study, whereas screens help us for quick research, interactive learning and multimedia content. Each format supports different type of learning. By blending them, we can be more versatile and confident. Thank you.
Prasi Nepal.
I think both have their own benefits, but I personally like a mix of both. Books help me focus better because there are no distractions and I'm highlighting or taking notes in the margins. But screens are great when I need quick information, videos to explain things or interactive tools. So I prefer switching between them depending on what I'm learning and how I'm feeling. Thank you.
Thank you so much all the panelists for your insightful idea. So again we will begin from the third question, that is, do you think phones and tablets help you study better or distract you? So we would like to begin from Prachi, Nepal.
Honestly, it totally depends on how you use them. Phones and tablets can be super helpful for studying, like accessing educational apps, even watching tutorials, or even joining study groups online. But at the same time, they can be a big distraction if you're constantly getting wish to scroll through social media or play online games. Thank you.
Subhank, Nepal.
I think phones and tablet can both help you study better and distract you. It really depends upon how you use them and how you manage them. The key is to be intentional and disciplined about how and when you use them. Thank you.
Saurabh Kaki.
I think it depends on the person who uses them. As if they are used in the right way, they can be super efficient and helpful. But if they are used in the wrong way, they can be super distracting. For example, a person who doesn't get distracted with them and uses them efficiently will always perform better in studies than someone who gets distracted with them.
R.N. Joshi.
To be real, it depends upon how we use them. Phones and tablets can definitely boost our studies through apps, ebooks, AI tools, and even reminder to stay on track. But they can also be distracting if not used properly. So I set boundaries like using focus mode or study apps to make sure tech works for me, not against me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let me repeat the question again. Do you think phones and tablets help you study better or distract you?
To be fair, I believe that whether or not phones and tablets help a person study or just distract them depend on the person themselves. If a person is genuine with their work, acquiring various devices will help them greatly, especially by allowing creative freedom with their questions and confusions.
Nimisa?
Honestly, I think phones and tablets do help you in studying better as long as you are in do not disturb mode and focused on your learning. But it's still a distraction to the people who have low concentration time and have a social personality surrounded around various media. We must try to maintain it nonetheless, but technologies and gadgets do help you study to some extent, and it does a really good job too.
Khushi Nepali?
Phones and tablets help me if I use for learning, but it can distract me if it is used for games or social media. It depends on how I use it. In my personal experience, sometimes I get distracted, but sometimes it helps me to study better. Thank you.
Khushi Pant?
Honestly, they do both. Like, they are super helpful for notes and learning apps, but if I'm not careful, I end up scrolling social medias or checking messages. So it really depends on how I use them.
Thank you so much, all of you, for your wonderful answer. Yeah, phone and tablets are really helpful to study better, yeah, rather than distraction. If we use in a useful way, so that they have shared already, I think audience are getting how we can use phones and tablets in better way. Yes? Now moving on to fourth question, that is, have you ever used AI or apps to help with your homework? Did it help you to learn? So I would like to begin from Khushi Pant.
Yes, I have used AI and some learning apps, and they really help when I'm confused or need something explicitly. But I make sure to understand the answer, not just copy it. That way I actually learn.
Yeah, Khushi Nepali?
Of course. I have used AI and apps like educational videos and tools like ChatGPT to help with homework. They make things easier to understand and explain topics in simple ways. It definitely helps me learn better, and as long as I don't just copy answers but try to understand it.
Nimisa Khatiora?
To be honest, yes, I have used AI or apps to help me with my homework, and obviously it has helped me a lot to complete my tasks easily. But I try to understand the homework itself rather than copying it blindly. The AI itself can also teach from the very basic and also helps me learn at my own pace one at a time.
Khushi Shrestha?
Yes, I have used AI or apps to help with my homework, and to be transparent, it has in fact assisted my learning greatly. The AI not only breaks down study material in a simpler way to understand, but also goes over the same topics until I can fully understand them. This helps me greatly whenever I'm trying to study a topic that may seem difficult to me.
Let me repeat the question again. Have you ever used AI or apps to help with your homework? Did it help you to learn? So your experience, Aryan Joshi.
Yes, I have used AI tools or apps to help with my homework, like ChatGPT for quick explanations, Google Lenses for problem solving, and Notion for organizing tasks. They definitely help me learn better by saving time and giving clear understanding, especially when I'm stuck on a single topic. Thank you.
Saurabh Kaki.
Yeah, I've used AI apps to help the homework, and they help me learn by explaining the answers to me in easy to understand words, and it helped me do my homework more faster and clearly, especially when I don't have someone around me to teach me.
Subank Nepal.
Yes, I have.
Bit louder, okay? Bit louder.
Yes, I have used AI or apps to improve my studies and homework. I used Photomath and Hilbert to do my homework, and of course it helped me a lot. I used it widely just to learn, not to cheat. Thank you.
Prachi Nepal.
Yeah, I've definitely used AI tools and apps to help with my homework things, like ChatGPT, language learning apps, or even math solvers. They are super helpful when I'm stuck or need quick explanation. But I've learned that just copying the answer doesn't really help in learning. When I actually take time to understand what the app is showing me, it really helps me learn better and feel more confident. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your experience with AI for doing homework. I hope the audience also, they are using AI to accomplish their homework. So while doing, as they shared already, we need to use it smartly, yeah, effectively. So that will help us. Now moving on to next question. That is, do you think too much screen time is bad for students? How do you balance it? We would like to begin from Prachi.
I do think too much screen time can be a problem. When especially it's not for school. It can make you feel tired, distracted, or even stressed. For me, balancing it means taking breaks, setting time limits, and making sure I do other things like reading, getting outside, going to hang out with my friends or family. I try to use the screen when they're helpful, but not let them take over everything.
Subank Nepal.
For me, yes, I think too much screen time can be bad for students, especially when not used wisely. We may suffer from eye strain and headache. We may get poor amount of sleep. Our focus and concentration may get reduced if we watch the screen for too long time. We can balance it by using many ways, like 20-20-20 rule. We need to look something after 20 minutes, 20 feet away for 20 seconds to rest our eyes. By using screen time limits app like Screen Time on iOS or Digital Wellbeing, we can manage our screen time and reduce our daily screen use. We can also take regular breaks to avoid too much screen time. Thank you.
Saurabh Kaki.
Yes, I feel like too much screen time can be bad for you, especially for our eyes, focus, concentration, and sleep. If you are on your devices for too long, it might also cause headaches for you. I balance it by using the 20-20-20 rule too, and I also set boundaries, limits, and involve in extracurricular activities.
Aryan Joshi.
Yes, too much screen time can affect focus, sleep, and even mental health. That's why it's important to balance it by following different time management techniques like 20-20 rule, explained by my friend Suban, taking breaks and mixing offline studies. It helps keep mind fresh and sharp. Thank you.
Khushi Shrestha. I hope the audience are noting the key points that they have shared here, and also they are making the question for asking, okay? Yeah, Khushi Shrestha.
Yes, I do believe that too much screen time sometimes causes a bad thing for students because it causes eye strain, posture problems, and all in all a bad mental state of mind surrounding the idea of an addiction. However, if a person is conscious about their well-being, this can be balanced through their own knowledge as to when their screen time is getting excessive and putting their devices down to clear their head by various other means like reading a book or going outside to touch some grass and just be surrounded by nature.
Great. Nimisa?
To be fair, yes, I do think too much screen time is bad for the students as it affects the students' daily life, mental well-being, to complete assignments, etc. Nowadays, many teenagers as well as young adults take to believe and want to have the lifestyle portrayed on social media. With the rise of various unrealistic trends, this harms the personality of the students worldwide. But yes, we can balance it by using time limit, not being insecure, being fulfilled with our own life and many more.
Khushi Nupani?
Yes, too much screen time can be bad for students. It can cause eye strain, reduce physical activity and affect sleep. To balance it, I spend time outdoors with my friends by playing and I limit screen time before bed.
Khushipan?
Yeah, I think too much screen time can definitely be a problem. Like it hurts your eyes, make you feel tired and distracts you, don't you all? Well, I try to balance it by taking small breaks, going offline for a bit, or just going outside for a bit.
Thank you so much for your wonderful ideas and answers. So we are almost at the end of this panel discussion. Next question is, how can students use technology in a smart and helpful way? So we would like to begin from Kusipa.
I think the key is using it with a purpose. Like if you're watching videos or using apps that help you learn, that's great. But it's also good to set limits and not get too caught up in random scroll. Using tech as a tool, not just for fun, make a big difference.
Khushi Nupani.
Students can use technology wisely by watching educational videos, using learning apps, staying organized with reminders and setting time limits to avoid distraction. It helps push when used for learning, not just entertainment.
Nimisa?
Students can use technology in a smart and helpful way by exploring various different educational learning tools. Different AI tools also help in learning and do homework as well as make notes, research on many different topics and ideas.
As this is the really important question of today's discussion, let me repeat again. How can students use technology in a smart and helpful way?
Students can use technology in smart and helpful ways by enhancing their learning and productivity. They can use technology as tools to help their personal growth as well by leveraging tools and applications to help them.
Arun Joshi?
Students can use technology smartly by choosing tools that actually support their learning, like using AI for explanations, apps for planning or videos to understand tough topics. The key is to stay focused, avoid distractions, and use tech as a tool, not shortcuts.
Saurabh Karki?
Students can use technology in a smart way by making it work for them, not against them. Rather than scrolling mindlessly all day long, they can use apps like note-taking apps, digital notes, calendars, etc. and clear up confusing topics with the use of technology. And the key is to use technology with purpose.
Subhav Nepal?
Students can use technology in a smart and helpful way by being intentional with how they use it. By using educational apps and platforms to make learning more interactive and effective, those tools help students to understand difficult topics, practice skills and stay engaged in their studies. To stay organized, also AI can help them in different ways, like they can use different types of calendars to plan their study schedules and keep track of their assignments. All these things help students to use technology in a smart and helpful way. Thank you.
Prachi Nepal?
Students can use technology in a smart way by setting goals and using the right tools to support their learning. For example, they can use apps to get organized, watch educational videos to understand tough topics, or use AI to ask questions and get help. It's also important to avoid distraction like turning off notification while studying. Basically, if you use technology with a purpose, it becomes a super powerful tool.
Thank you so much for your insightful ideas and experiences. So, as I previously also informed you that, said that AI has directly and indirectly influenced us. So, we should be smart. We can take different help from AI, but we should be smart because every AI or technology do not provide the proper answers for your questions. Yeah? So we need to be smart. So only we are not depending on the AI or technology. So moving on to the last question, very critical question we have, that is, if you could improve one thing about learning with technology, what would it be? So I would like to begin from Prasi, Nepal.
If I could improve one thing about learning with technology, it would be making it less distracting. Sometimes when you're studying on phone or laptop, it's so easy to get distracted by social media or games. I wish there were better ways to stay focused, like study modes that block distraction, but still let you use the learning tools you need. That will make it even more helpful for students.
Subhank, Nepal.
If I could improve one thing about learning with technology, it will be reducing distractions. Too many apps and notifications pull students away from focusing. A more focused, distraction-free learning environment is what would help students stay on the track and learn better. Thank you.
Saurabh Gandhi.
If I could improve one thing about learning with technology, I would make AI more integrated with all aspects of academics and make it more faster and efficient.
Arun Joshi.
If I could improve one thing about learning with technology, it would be creating tools that adapt to each student's need. Something like a digital tutor, which we can interact more friendly way. The goal is to make learning more engaging and effective. As Plato said, the direction in which education starts, a man will determine his future in life. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your great idea. Let me repeat the question again. If you could improve one thing about learning with technology, what would it be?
If I were able to improve one thing about learning with technology, I would try to make sure that AI tools, servers, and various websites were accurate and trustworthy enough to use as legitimate sources, so that people are able to clear their confusion with the right information.
Nimisa Patioda.
If I could improve one thing about learning with technology, I would like to improve a lot of things. But since I don't have superpowers, but I do know with great power comes great responsibility. So I would like to advance AI to be more accurate, trustworthy, harmless, and also stop the plagiarism trend and make copyright rules more strict. And thank you.
Pushin Yopani.
If I could improve one thing about learning with technology, I would make it more engaging and interactive for every type of learner. And also I will reduce screen time while keeping learning effective.
Pushipang.
I'd say make it more fun. Some apps are really helpful, but feel a bit boring. If learning with tech feels like game or something exciting, I think students would enjoy it more.
Thank you so much, all the panelists, for your insightful, thought-provoking, and wonderful answers and experiences that you share in this panel discussion. So we have learned many things from you, from your experiences. Now, moving on to the audience, we will take 3 questions from each row. 2 questions? Okay, fine.
Anyone who wants to ask the questions, please come front and get the microphone to ask to the panelists to whom you want to address.
The questions should be on the basis of their sharing, okay? Their experiences related to AI.
Good morning everybody, my name is Vicky Neva from grade 9 Lotse. I am here to ask some questions for our panelists. So here we begin. How are you taking advantage from AI in your learning? Can you repeat the question? Yes, louder. Now I'm gonna repeat my question again. How are you taking advantage from AI in your learning?
I'm taking advantage of AI in my learning journey by implementing it to benefit me, like digital note-taking apps, making my schedule, adding AI in my time frames whenever I can use it, using AI to the best of my capability, using tools like ChatGPT to do my work more easily so that I can get more time for studying.
Thank you so much for your questions.
Okay, I guess next question will be asked by Mr. Subedi. If you want to take the name of any of the panelists from there, you can take to whom you want to ask the questions.
My question is for Pratibha. What AI and technological apps are the best for educational learning?
Question again?
What technological and AI apps are the best for educational learning?
The apps like ChatGPT, DeepSeek, on OpenAI are super helpful for learning because it provides our answers briefly and in interactive way so that we can get learning fast, efficient and interactive way. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this interactive discussion. So now I would like to hand over this microphone to Urmila ma'am.
Thank you so much, Ranju ma'am, for this insightful and interesting session that we have tried for the day today, and all the panelists, those who have provided the various answers on the basis of their perception perceived during the time of learning and during the time of using AI. So thank you to all of them. I would once like to ask the audience to give a huge round of applause to them. So at the same time, for their special contribution to continue the program and to make this discussion successful, I would like to request our respected chair, HR director from Nexus International Academy to provide them sweets so as to encourage them. So this is first Kusi Pan. Let's provide a huge round of applause to Kusi Pan. Similarly, I'd like to request Kusi Diopani to receive and Nimisa Khatioda for their special contribution in this discussion today. Similarly, I'll be praising the name of Kusi Shrestha for her best contribution in today's discussion. So as going to Aryan Joshi. Similarly, Saurabh Karki, I would like to admire your work, best work for today. I would like to acknowledge Subhank Nepal for his best word and at the same time Prachin Nepal. So thanking to all the panelists